So that is literally the whole pyramid. You have to do a minimum amount of work yourself just to make it legal, you know?
And that's exactly what it is. They don't want you to understand what it is.
As you saw in that lovely little pyramid they drew on their own documents.
You're getting income off the backs of others is what's happening.
So when the Huns want to say that it's because the reason 99% of people don't make any money is because 99% of people don't put any effort in is false. Imagine going to your local supermarket and getting a job and they were like, congratulations, you've got the job, but you've got to work for us for 3 years before we actually pay you, before you earn a livable income, you know?
That is an amazing way to put it. That is, I got goosebumps. I was like, yeah.
Because you'd laugh in their face.
It's like,
and you'd be like,
heck.
To get to that stage, you have taken advantage of a lot of people. And you might not have started out with that intention, but I think once you get in a certain way, you have to keep going. It's that sunk cost fallacy.
You know, people will say this is not a diet, and it's like eating 2 shakes a day.
It's a diet.
I like substance.
It's a diet.
I like substance too. Yeah. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to talk to the beautiful Charlotte Dickerson. A little bit ago we did a collab together on her YouTube page, so go check that out. We talked a little bit more about Beachbody. We really dove in. We did 2 separate videos over there, and today we're going to talk about Arbonne, and we're really going to dive into the business side of things because I'm really interested in that. We're also going to talk about the 30 days of healthy living. I know Charlotte has a lot to say, or has strong opinions on that, so I'm super excited to learn more because I was looking over the Arbonne stuff and I got completely overwhelmed. I was like, what are all these abbreviations? What does all this stuff mean? And I think they do this to really just kind of confuse you and just kind of trust who you're talking to in this MLM that you're interested in. I'm really excited to chat and get into this. She's so sweet. I love her accent, so let's get into it. Hey guys, okay, so editing Megan here. I just felt like I had to address this with the video because I was very nervous before this video. I can handle being in front of camera right now by myself, and I got nervous. It was my first interview. I had already collabed once with Charlotte before, and she was asking me questions and it went great. I asked the questions this time and it just put a little bit more pressure on me, so I got nervous and I could tell. And in the video, you're gonna tell that the audio is a little off because I edited it so it doesn't sound like I am like cutting her off or anything. I just got really nervous and I would like try and like, you know, chime in at the right time. Anyways, so I just want to address that. It's something I'm working on. It's my very first ever, so Charlotte and I, we have talked, you know, we're a lot more comfortable now. We talk a lot, actually. We FaceTime back and forth a lot. We'll randomly call each other and we love hanging out and just chatting and talking about life. So I just wanted to touch on that because I feel really bad that I was so nervous that I kind of like jumped the gun before she maybe finished her sentence 1 or 2 or 3 times, my thoughts or whatever. So I decided to kind of like trim down some of them and take my audio. So you're gonna see my mouth moving maybe and me not actually saying anything. So I want to give her the spotlight. So if you guys notice that funky thing, that's why. I just wanted to explain that. I was editing and I was like, gosh, why did I do that? So something I'm working on. I have, you know, we all start somewhere. So I just had to say that. Let's go. Let's get back into it. So I tried to make sense of what I could on this. And I have a lot of questions because, no, and that's fine if you can't. It's so confusing. Like if me just reading that without anyone reading it, like helping me get through it, I would have no idea what's going on. So I was reading through the 3 things that you sent me, and I instantly got super confused. But one thing I did notice, because I want to do this as a compare and contrast kind of with Beachbody on the business side, and you guys already get a heftier commission than Beachbody does.
Oh really? Oh well. And I still failed. I still didn't make any money.
No, yeah, because you guys get 35%, right?
Well, so that is if, say, Joe Blogs, who doesn't have anything to do with Arbonne, wanted to buy their foundation, that you would earn 35% commission. But let's face it, most people don't just go and buy something. they are usually a preferred client, so that means you earn 15% commission.
15%.
So when someone signs up to become a consultant, obviously at that point they are not associated with Arbonne at all, so I think you would earn 35% commission on whatever products they buy. They like to say you don't get paid for signing someone up, and no, you probably wouldn't get paid for the £30 sign-up fee, or I think it's $49 in the States, but people buy products, so then you would earn a 35% commission when someone signs up and buys products.
So a new customer, basically.
Yeah,
Kind of. Okay, so maybe that's not, because if a lot of people are becoming a preferred customer, they're only getting 15%.
Yeah, I mean,
and that's what I was saying. Well,
most of the people that I signed up were preferred clients because I only managed to recruit one person, but I did have a few people who wanted to support me and buy products from me, so they signed up as a preferred client to get a discount, so you pay to get a discount.
I was gonna say, is there a fee to be a preferred client?
Yeah, obviously it's different in different countries, but I think it was either like, I think it might have been £10 to sign up as a preferred client.
Okay, so what I was like really just wondering is, what is this SRP, this RV, like override QV? Like, all of that is gibberish to me, and I don't understand.
Yeah, so
like overrides are commission. Yeah.
This is used to calculate product discounts and client and preferred client commissions. So I think that SRP is like suggested retail price. So that is what the price of the products that it'll show on the website. So before any discount has been taken off, because obviously preferred clients get a discount and then consultants get an even bigger discount.
Oh.
So that's the SRP.
Okay.
Don't know what RV is. I probably wasn't high enough up in the company to ever need to know what that was. QV is like the points associated with each particular product. I can't remember what it's called in Beachbody, but it's something like PV, isn't it? You know, each product has a particular point value, and that's, I think they call it qualifying volume.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because in Arbonne it's like 150 throughout all ranks or levels to be active. Is that right?
To be what? Sorry.
It's like you have to have 150 PQV or whatever to stay active at all levels in Arbonne.
Yeah.
Okay, because in Beachbody, I think it's 50 like for Emerald, so there's like coach status and Emerald, and then once you hit Diamond, I think you have to have 90 PV and above to stay active.
I mean, to be honest, it might increase, because again, like I didn't even ever reach the first rank within Arbonne, so but yeah, I know that it was like 150 for me to stay active.
Okay, so because I just read it here, because at all levels of the success plan, you need to achieve qualified status by accumulating 150 personal or PQV each month. So then there's overrides and whatever. All that stuff is so gibberish to me. But is 150 PQV of Arbonne like the same as, like, kind of equivalent to dollars or pounds?
Yeah, I'd say it's probably like, that would be like 100 and something pounds. And obviously we're talking, like, we've got dollar to pounds conversion. But yeah, I think it would be around 100 and something pounds.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
so it's
crazy.
Quite a lot.
Yeah, that's really crazy. Okay, so I know you kind of answered the override thing, but like this thing right here, it says 6% override on the override OV anyways, when you have 500 PQV in the same month. Like, what is that? So
I think, PQV is personal QV. So that's what, so obviously you have a downline, and whatever they're doing, that's not gone through your business. So that's not, someone hasn't gone to your website and bought something. So PQV, personal QV, is say I'm a consultant and you come and buy products from my website. So anything that goes through my website, including my own personal purchases, that's included in PQV. So I think that must mean you have to have at least 500 PQV in a month to qualify you to be able to earn your 6% override. So then 6% override is, say you're my downline and you someone buys £100 worth of products on your website, I would then earn a 6% override, so I'd get £6 for that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it. Okay, so the 500 would be you and your team, not just the consultant alone.
Well, the 500 PQV, I think, is stuff that goes through your own website.
Okay.
And then I don't know if there's a different word for it, but then obviously you have QV that's like cumulative, so that's your downline as well.
Yeah.
And I think that is to do with ranking up. I think actually that is SLQV, success line qualifying volume, which they've written in that next bullet point down. So SLQV is that all of the QV, so you're my downline, any QV that's gone through your business, any QV that's gone down any of your downline's business, so that is literally the whole pyramid. But but you still obviously have to have a minimum of stuff. You have to do a minimum amount of work yourself just to make it legal, you know?
Right. This is insane.
Yeah.
What, like, you were explaining it to me and you're doing a good job, but I still, like, I sit here and I'm like, what is all of this? Like, what is with the fancy lingo?
Yeah. It's to make it confusing, all of this jargon.
Yeah.
So that you just trust the person who's telling you. Who's like, okay, well, they clearly know what they're talking about. A lot of the time they don't. They're just blagging it.
Yeah. And that's exactly what it is. They don't want you to understand what it is. Otherwise, you won't want to do it.
Exactly.
Okay, next question. Maybe I'll do it when I find it again. I know it said something basically along the line of, it just proved that there was no spot. You know how people put spot availability? You know, they can only have so many people.
Oh no, there's absolutely no limit to how many people they can sign up. If 1,000 people wanted to sign up underneath me, I could sign up 1,000 people. There's no limit.
Yeah. Exactly, and it said it in here somewhere, and I wanted to point it out, but I don't know if I can right now.
See if you can find it and you can
video.
insert it on the screen just to prove that it's true. Because they use that tactic of making those pretty Instagram stories with, oh, this slot has gone most of the time. I mean, who knows? There's no proof that anyone has signed up. They could just be like, you know, it's to create this sense of urgency.
Right, exactly, and I'll be honest, when I was in Beachbody and I would put like pending, it's like if someone wanted more information, I would put that. Yeah. It's not even like legit. So I was basically like the road to district manager. So I just want to know what the 1 to 3 month plans are. What does this mean? Is it like 1 month is like less qualifications to get there, or you get more of a perk if you hit it in 1 month? Is that what that means?
So I can explain this because this literally happened to me, except I never did qualify. So they often encourage you in your first month of signing up to qualify for district manager. So that is 1 month. So in 1 month, to qualify for to be in qualification. So again, it's kind of like pending. You're a pending district manager. You have to have 1,000 PQV. So that's why they encourage you to do it in your first month, because you put your order in, which goes towards that. And then you have to have 6,000 success line QV. So that if you happened to recruit someone, I don't know many people who do recruit someone that early on, but if I did recruit someone, or just anyone that's buying stuff, so that's 6,000 QV. Then, once you're in qualification for district manager, you then have 2 months to complete it and to actually become a district manager. So then the first month after that, you have the same requirements to hit. So 1,000 personal QV and 6,000 success line QV. Now, if you don't manage to hit that in the second month, you have one more month to do it, which is the third month, but the requirement goes up a little bit. So if you haven't reached it by then, you have a third month and the success line QV now becomes 7,500, and your personal, and 1,000 of that needs to be your personal QV. Does that make sense?
Just to clarify that, so it's not necessarily like 5 months total to hit district manager. It's if you hit it in 1 month, that would be your district manager qualification, or 2 months would have to be those qualifications to become a district manager, and so on. Okay.
Yeah. But say, I have heard, you know, people, now it doesn't happen unless you have a large following. So say an influencer decides to sign up, they might hit district manager in their first month, meaning that they probably had 12,000 QV go through their business rather than 6, because they've hit both requirements in 1 month. But that is very rare. That might have happened at the very beginning when the market wasn't saturated, but now the only way that that really happens is if people have a large following. And also, one other thing I wanted to point out, because I've noticed it. For example, my upline is, from what I've seen on Instagram, she is in qualification for regional vice president. So that's the 3rd out of 4 levels, and that's the white Mercedes level. So she's got on her Instagram RVPQ, which means regional vice president in qualification. So it's quite sneaky, because she's not a regional vice president, she's an area manager who is going for regional vice president, but she's put that in her Instagram bio, which is fine.
Misleading.
But it's a little misleading.
Yeah, no,
so
absolutely.
Just worth pointing out.
That's the thing with these MLMs, it's just everything has to be a show, almost. And it just gets, you know, it's just time to call it out a little bit, call it as it is. Then I got to this point, and after this point we'll go to another form, but I got to something with generations. Is that just part of the pyramid?
Yeah, I think it runs up the ladder.
I think it talks about like generations, and then you get an 8% override and all this stuff, and I'm, you know, still trying to figure that out. It's crazy. This stuff is crazy. Like, I cannot believe how, you know, I thought Beachbody was confusing.
Yeah, and it changes at each level. So when you're just an independent consultant, as you saw in that lovely little pyramid they drew on their own documents, you only earn overrides on your first generation of recruits. But then when you're a district manager, you get a couple more generations that you can earn money from. So that's where the 8%, you know, on your first generation you get 8%. So before it was 6%, so that these are the benefits of ranking up. So it went from 6% to 8% for your first generation, but now you can also earn from their recruits. And even there's a third generation. So it makes sense to grow your business, because you're going to earn from more people and have to do less work yourself.
You're getting income off the backs of others is what's happening in basically every MLM company.
Exactly.
Okay, so that makes sense. So, okay, so I want to talk on the income disclosure really quick. So it says a typical Arbonne participant in the United States earned between $120 to $502 in 2019. Like, that's, I mean, I'm pretty positive they spent way more than that too.
Oh, absolutely. You know, I was in it for 4 months, and I lost over £800. And I actually did spend more than that, but I made a little bit of
oh my gosh, I know, I can't
income.
believe this. Like, you know, the income, independent, just being a consultant, you know, annual earnings, $830. That is, and then like the low is $15.
Yeah.
I mean, it just says everything right here, and that's what blows my mind, is this, people have to be aware of the income disclosure statement, because that says everything. It really does. That's insane.
And also, it's not because people aren't trying. I did not come across anyone when I was in it who wasn't putting in effort. So when the Huns want to say that it's because the reason 99% of people don't make any money is because 99% of people don't put any effort in is false. And we can quite clearly see that with this income disclosure statement because, 25% of people reach district manager. So at least, 25% of people are putting in the effort. So maybe it's not because 99% of people aren't doing anything with it.
No, and you'll hear that a lot. They just didn't work hard enough. It's hard. It's hard to want to continue to push in such a toxic thing like this. To maybe right.
Yeah, it's always your fault.
Yep.
When it doesn't work out, it's your fault.
So I don't know if you have any other thoughts on the income disclosure statement. I just wanted to hear if you have any thoughts at all that you wanted to bring into this video. Otherwise, I have a couple last questions, but I just want to know your thoughts on anything that you just wanted to bring up that you thought was really, really important.
Yeah, well, I just think it's interesting looking at this income disclosure statement, how long, on the last column says average time to position, and that shows how long people have been in the company before they've actually reached that level and therefore probably earned that amount of money. So if we look at really, you need to be reaching regional vice president or national vice president to be earning a livable income, and they've been in it for several years. Imagine going to your local supermarket and getting a job and they were like, congratulations, you've got the job, but you've got to work for us for 3 years before we actually pay you, before you earn a livable income,
That is an amazing way to put it. That is, I got goosebumps. I was like, that is an amazing way to put that. That is so silly once you think about it that way. Yeah.
Because you'd laugh in their face. So you'd be like,
heck no, I am going somewhere that's going to treat me right. Oh my gosh. That is insanity.
Exactly.
That's a great way to put it. Great way to put it. And then it says, right down here, less than 2% of independent consultants achieve this award, which is the Mercedes-Benz. So, they put this big hype into it, and it's really hard to get there. You have to really put a lot of either work or you have to be there before it all kind of trickled down.
To get to that stage, you have taken advantage of a lot of people. And you might not have started out with that intention, but I think once you get in a certain way, you have to keep going. It's that sunk cost fallacy where you're like, I've put so much money into this, I have to continue, otherwise this all was for nothing. But unfortunately, only 2% of people will ever reap the rewards of putting all of that effort and money into it.
It's just true, because that's how I feel too. It's like, it was really hard to get out of Beachbody because of all the hype I put into it with my family and my friends, and then also the money that I put into it. It was really hard to step away, and so it takes a lot of guts, and like, I feel for anyone who's thinking about it. And there's a huge community like supporting people who are wanting to leave, and it feels so good to get away. So I highly strongly encourage it. It feels so freeing to leave, but I totally get the struggle to feel stuck in there, and then you just kind of feel like you have to, and then you justify taking advantage of these people, and you might not even realize it, or people might not even realize it.
Yeah, exactly. And I know it can feel really scary and shameful to admit that you were in a pyramid scheme and that you were taking advantage of people, whether you knew it or not at the time. But actually, I would say that now you don't have to make a YouTube channel and speak out on it like we have, but I would honestly say once I shared my story, I felt a lot less guilt and shame surrounding it. So even if it's just speaking to your friends and family and being completely honest with them and telling them your experience, or sharing it on a Facebook post or a blog post or whatever, I really do think that sharing your story helps you take ownership of it and not feel ashamed about it anymore.
For me, and I'm sure you're okay with it too, Charlotte, if you feel uncomfortable to chat with any one of your family about this, we're open in our DMs to hear you out. I think a lot of us on YouTube who are sharing our stories we understand, and we're willing to do that. So I think we just have a big community, and we understand it, so we never are here to shame. It's just to bring awareness and help you guys. So Oh, yeah, this is one thing I wanted to talk on here. The fourth bullet point down, the 11,000 basically independent consultants registered to participate in the Arbonne incentive trip to Mexico. Oops. Only 811 earned it.
I don't even know what that is because I wasn't in it for long enough to ever be offered an incentive trip.
Right. I know in Beachbody it's kind of based off Success Club points. I don't know what, if you have an idea in Arbonne, what it would be based off, if it's like your rank or...
Yeah, I don't know what it's based off of, but I would imagine it's QV.
Okay. Okay, because that number is just shocking to me, because in Beachbody a lot of people get invited. So I'm just wondering if it's like just really, really hard to get offered a trip in Arbonne.
I wouldn't personally know, but yeah, I imagine it's to do with the success line QV that you have. Yeah,
I'm kind of wondering that too. So that's crazy. Okay, so last thing, and I just want your opinion. What am I doing? Oh, it was just on my phone. So I looked over the 30 days to healthy living.
Okay.
And I know you love talking about this stuff.
Oh, I love it.
So I know you do. So I just want your thoughts as a whole on the 30 days to healthy living. It looks like they recommend 2 shakes if they're like made for a meal replacement a day, and eat every 4 hours. And then I don't know if you know of any calories, if they want you to track any calories, or if they don't care so much about calories. And then, yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to track calories. However, I did, literally my last video whilst we're filming this was an interview with a dietitian where we were talking about the 30 days to healthy living, and she estimated that looking at it without doing like an actual like estimation, that it would be probably around 1,200 calories, which is very restrictive. My personal opinion is that it's more like the 30 days to developing an eating disorder.
Yes.
I know that sounds a bit intense, and but it just seemed very disordered to me. And
right.
I mean, people can go over and watch my video if they want to hear more on that topic.
Plug. Here we go. Go check out her video, because I do.
Go check out my video.
It's interesting. Yeah. So yeah, I think that's similar to what I was recommended in Beachbody, and people say this is not a diet, and it's like eating 2 shakes a day.
It's a diet.
I like substance.
It's a diet.
I like substance too. Yeah.
If we're deciding, is it a diet or is it a lifestyle change? Because it's one of the two, surely. A lifestyle change would be something that you can continue for life. For example, I am vegan. I've been vegan for over 2 years now. I don't have to think about it anymore. It's just the way I eat. I don't miss the way I ate before. Now, a diet, the first red flag is 30 days. Why, if it's a lifestyle change, why is there a timestamp on it? So that is the first red flag, and it's just not a sustainable way of eating because of the amounts of foods you have to restrict, even if you're not necessarily allergic to them, and the having to replace 2 of your meals a day with liquid calories, which just for most people isn't a sustainable way of eating.
It's just shake my head, like it's just, there's just so much health diet culture on social media, and it sucks, and I'm glad there's a community also fighting that, because I think it's so important to just listen to our bodies if we're hungry. And I also noticed in that form too, drink water or go for a walk if you are craving something.
Yeah,
instead of actually listening to your body. Yeah,
like if you're hungry, going for a walk isn't gonna make you not hungry anymore. If you're hungry, eat something.
Please eat something. I don't know. And like you said, it's supposed to be a lifestyle. It's supposed to be sustainable, and it's like I don't want to be hooked the rest of my life on a product.
Exactly, and exactly. It's not sustainable financially either.
Yeah,
it's about £200 to do this. Imagine spending that. If it's a lifestyle change and it's for 30 days, imagine spending that every month.
Right. So is that their goal, is is it supposed to be like more of a cleanse, or is it supposed to be more of like a lifestyle change?
Where, no, that's just what the Huns say, because because people don't like diet culture, and 90 to 95% of diets fail. So when people say, no, I don't want to do this because it's a diet, they say, no, it's not, it's a lifestyle change. But that's not how Arbonne, what's the word I'm looking for? That's not how Arbonne, sorry, let me think.
Like,
that's not how Arbonne markets this plan. They market it
yeah.
as a reset, or as a cleanse, or detox. Again,
so it's
those
not meant
are just
to be
buzzwords.
sustainable.
There's no such thing as a cleanse or a detox.
So it's not meant to be sustainable. It's not meant, you're gonna be in a caloric deficit on short term, is what Arbonne's thinking.
Yeah.
So it's not supposed to go month to month to month.
No, it's not.
Okay.
I mean, they do encourage you to keep using the products. Obviously, they encourage you to keep using the products because money. Yeah. But yeah, they want you to keep using the supplements. But honestly, if you want supplements, there are cheaper places to find them.
I mean, that's all the questions I had for you. I just really wanted to hear your take, especially on the, on the nutrition thing, on the nutrition side of Arbonne. So I don't know, I just really appreciate you reaching out, and we did this whole collab thing, and now we finally got this side doing it, or on my page. But I really appreciate it, because business, I just was so into that. I was like, I just really want to know, and then you sent me the information, and I'm like, what is this?
Yeah,
and
it's good because there is information on a lot of newer MLMs that I'm trying to look into. They just don't have the information, and that is also a red flag. If a company doesn't have an income disclosure statement, you might want to think, why don't they have an income disclosure statement?
Right.
Because why don't they want to show you how much you could earn?
Right.
Because it's not very much.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. And you probably might lose money a lot of the times. So I appreciate you doing this, and I don't want to hold any more of your time, but I really do appreciate you. And everyone go check out her channel, because I love watching her. She was one of the first initial channels that helped me to get out of Beachbody. So I was just really happy that we can do this and just bring awareness to everything. And again, this is never to bash, this is just to really bring awareness and help you guys out. So I am just really excited to get this up and just share more of Arbonne, because I do a lot of Beachbody. I think, you know, everyone knows that. I do a lot of Beachbody. So it's gonna be nice to get some Arbonne up there, because I know that's a topic I really wanted to hit, and now that we hit it, I'm absorbing it, and then I'm gonna try relearn it more, because it's just something I need to do. But I really appreciate you, and I hope everything's well over there. And
that's all right. Thank you for having me on here.
Yeah, of course. So, do you recommend Arbonne?
Absolutely not. No. If you want help with your diet or supplements, please speak to a registered dietitian. If you want help just like changing your life, you know, making healthier choices, speak to your GP or someone who is a professional. Don't go to an Arbonne Hun, because literally anybody can sign up to do that. Yeah,
literally anybody. Where can I'm sure they already follow you, but if they aren't following you, where can they find, I mean, you're just Charlotte Dickerson on YouTube?
Yes, I'm only on Instagram and YouTube at the moment. I am Charlotte Dickerson on YouTube and Charlotte Naomi 3 on Instagram. So I'm sure you can put those on the screen if you want.
Yeah, I will for sure. So, okay, well, thank you so much, Charlotte.
Cool.
I hope that was decent.
Me.
No, I'm proud of you, and I'm kind of proud of me. I was nervous. I was like... I absolutely love hearing Charlotte talk, so I hope you guys enjoyed this. I love chatting with her. I think she's so fun, and she lives in London area, and she's in the UK, so I hope you guys enjoyed, and make sure to give this a like, subscribe, go check out Charlotte, go show her some love, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.